Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Chesterton's Jest, where we keep a critical eye on faith and culture, especially within the Catholic Church today. In an age where even church teachings seem to be shifting, we're here to explore and question the ideas and changes that challenge timeless truths. Through thought-provoking, often humorous perspectives, we aim to bring clarity to conversations others might avoid, holding fast to orthodoxy with the courage to question what feels off track. If you would like to join us as we dig deeper into the faith with reverence, wit, and a touch of Chestertonian insight, you can support this channel by gently pressing the like, share, and subscribe buttons in that order, and we thank you for your support. And now, without further ado, The Fat and the Swamp, a reflection on power, politics, and Donald J. Trump. Chapter 1. The Problem of the Swamp. The great peril of modern governance is not that it governs too little, nor that it governs too much, but that it governs with all the verve and certainty of a bureaucracy utterly convinced of its own necessity. If there's one thing bureaucracies cannot abide, it is the idea that they should do less, or worse, that they should cease to exist altogether. The swamp, as it has been delightfully named, is not a place of amphibians and reeds, but a place of paper and men, where the scribbler holds the power and the ledger is more permanent than the law. The swamp is the high church of the establishment, and its priests are those faceless, humorless men who govern without appearing to govern, who wield power while denying they have any at all. Chapter 2. The Most Unlikely Exorcist. And then there appeared, roaring into the swamp like a lion into a den of sleeping foxes, one Donald J. Trump, a man who, by all accounts, ought not to have been there at all. It is an amusing thought that the man who set about to destroy the establishment was himself a creature of towering establishment success. He was a billionaire of gold-plated furniture and grand hotels, a man whose name itself was a franchise, whose greatest skill was selling his own image. It is as if the medieval church had been reformed not by a monk in sackcloth, but by a pope in robes of gold. And yet, it is always the least expected figure who steps forth when the moment demands. St. Peter was a fisherman, Joan of Arc was a peasant girl, and Donald Trump was a real estate tycoon with a taste for red ties and reality television. Chapter 3. The Failure of the First Crusade. Now, Trump's first battle with the swamp was in some ways a comedy of errors. He rode forth, sword in hand, declaring his intention to drain the swamp, only to find that the swamp had not only a bureaucratic inertia, but a deep and abiding instinct for self-preservation. His first presidency was marred by betrayals, by whispering courtiers who assured him they served his cause while quietly dulling his blade. Yet even in failure there was triumph, for nothing so emboldens a man as the bitter taste of betrayal. His first term was the sharpening of a blade rather than the breaking of one. Chapter 4. The Second March. Now, having learned the hard lessons of politics, Trump has returned for a second engagement, no longer bringing mere enthusiasm, but a studied determination. This time, he has surrounded himself not with the whisperers of Washington, but with those outside the walls, figures who owe nothing to the old order and thus have no loyalty to it. Successful revolutions must be peopled with those who believe in the cause rather than those who simply wish to manage it. One does not slay a dragon by hiring its treasurer. Chapter 5. The Great Irony of the Age. The most delightful absurdity of all is that those who claim to be defenders of the people, the journalists, the academics, the bureaucrats, despise Trump precisely because he is, in many ways, the ultimate populist. He speaks plainly where they obfuscate. He attacks where they equivocate. He is, in a way, the great political jester, a man who plays the fool and yet, in doing so, reveals the real fools in power. Chesterton would have delighted in this irony. Trump is no philosopher king, nor should he be. He is rather a hammer, rough, unpolished and unsubtle, but necessary for the breaking of chains. Chapter 6. The conclusion. What comes next? There are those who hope even now that the swamp will absorb him, that it will break him where it could not before. But history is full of men who were underestimated, and the greatest victory is not in the first battle, but in the last. In the end, we must ask, is Trump a saint, a savior, a prophet? No, he is a man. And perhaps that is what is needed most of all, for in an age of lifeless bureaucrats and timid politicians, a man, a real man, is the rarest thing of all. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed today's video and share our passion for defending the true faith with a touch of humour, be sure to head over to chestertonsjest.com and check out our collection of bold, pro-Catholic graphic tees designed to spark conversation and inspire conviction. Whether you're looking to wear your faith proudly or share a laugh, we've got something for everyone. Visit us today and join the movement, because in times like these, it's more important than ever to stand firm in our beliefs with style and wit. As Chesterton once said, a madman is not someone who has lost his reason. A madman is someone who has lost everything except his reason. So, let's keep our reason and our faith intact together. Thanks for listening. God bless you, and may the good Lord be praised.